is up, guys, and welcome to yet another tier list video. I'm your host, BC Kane, and two things before we start. Number one, I am now going to start using this layout because I'm looking this way at the tier list and not away from it like I did before. And number two, we have not had the F tier for a while. We had it in the last video, but, you know, in my thumbnails, I have the F tier on there, so why am I only going to D tier? You know what I mean? So from here on out, no matter what, every tier list, be it a Pokemon tier list, whatever, or whatever, will have an F tier, no matter what. And I'll be putting Pokemon in there and whatever else. But anyway, welcome to our official, or I guess my official ranking of every bug type Pokemon from Gens 1 through 9. So I've talked enough. Let's get to the list. Alright, so starting with Gen 1, we have Caterpie. I think Caterpie's alright. I would say probably like a C or D for me, honestly. We'll put it in D for right now. That might move later. Metapod I kind of like a bit more than Caterpie. We'll put that a C tier for now. Butterfree, I like Butterfree a lot. Butterfree's great. I love Butterfree. We'll put that in a B tier. B for Butterfree. G-Max Butterfree is kind of the same deal. Not that much different from normal Butterfree, so we'll put that in a B tier as well. Weedle, I think it's better than Caterpie, honestly. I'll put that in a solid C tier. Kakuna, kind of the same deal. Kakuna is just a okay Pokemon, but not really worthy of being in D or F tier. Beedrill, here's the thing. I think I mentioned this in my, wait, did I do a poison type one yet? I don't think I did. But, anyway, you guys know I hate bees. I cannot stand being around bees at all, but I love Beedrill. I've always loved Beedrill since I first saw it in Gen 1. So, you know what? It's just barely, you know what? Nah, it's not quite A tier for me, but it's definitely like a high B. And Mega Beedrill is kind of the same thing, so we'll put him there. But yeah, I love Beedrill. As someone who hates bees, that's kind of surprising, so there you go. Alright, Paris and Parasect. I would say they're kind of just alright for me. They're both probably a D tier. I don't really find them that interesting. I know some people might, but I kind of don't. Venonat, kind of the same thing. It's just kind of whatever. Venomoth, not that much better, but I think it does deserve to be in like a C- kind of tier, so put that in C tier. Scyther, though, is definitely the first A tier. Love Scyther, love the bug and flying type. It's one of the coolest bug types that's... Well, okay, that's kind of a stretch, but I would say it's one of the coolest early bug types. We'll put it like that. It's a very, very cool bug type Pokemon. Pinsir is cool as well, but not quite as cool as Scyther for me, so I'll put that in a B tier. Mega Pinsir, kind of the same thing. I do love the wings that pop out when it's Mega Evolved. That's kind of cool. It's like how actual beetles like spread their wings to fly around. Kind of cool. Alright, I think that's actually the end of Gen 1 already. That was, wow. That is crazy. Like, I guess bug types are kind of uncommon mostly in Gen 1. Because, like, we've had fire, water, and grass, and those had, like, a lot of Pokemon, and now we're here, and it's like, there's a lot less. So, alright, anyway, on to Gen 2. Alright, so Johto, we got Ladybug up first. I think Ladybug, I would say probably a C tier. The design's kind of cute. I like Ladybugs personally. Ledian, kind of the same deal, but not that much better than Ladybug in my opinion. Spinarak. I don't really like... Okay, I don't hate spiders, but I'm not a huge fan of them. But I will say that Spinarak is pretty cool looking. So, personally, I'd probably say a solid C tier for Spinarak. Ariados is probably a B tier. I love the coloring. I love its cry. I love just... I don't know. I love the orange, white, and... Or, not white. Orange, yellow, and purple it's got going on there. It's a pretty cool pattern, so... Love that. Yanma gets a lot of, like... I don't want to say hate, but, like... I think Yanma deserves more like than it gets, so... Yanma, for me, is a pretty solid B. I would say. For me, personally. Some might disagree, but I think Yanma's a B. Pineco. This might make some fans angry, but I'm just being honest. Pineco is the first F tier. I don't think I've ever liked this guy at all. It is a pine cone with eyeballs. That is all it is. It is not interesting to me at all. and I have no use to ever have it on my team. So, F tier. Fortress, though, I would say is a C tier. I think Fortress is pretty cool. I love the bug and steel typing. The design's kind of cool. Yeah, I would say it's like a million times better than Pineco, but not quite like SA or B for me. Scizor, though, is definitely an S. The first S on this list. And Mega Scizor, honestly. But Scizor is like one of the coolest Pokemon ever. Like, in the games and anime, he's so good. Like, I'm sure I'm sure we all remember the popular Scizor Bullet Punch and Swords Dance ability using competitive Pokemon. I used that for a time. But yeah, he's cool. Like, Scyther's cool as well, but like Scizor, man, peak. Love Scizor. Definitely an S tier. And Shuckle too. Why do we still not have a Shuckle evolution? Answer me that, please. It has been 7 generations now since Gen 2, and we still do not have a Shuckle evolution. Why? Shuckle is so freaking cool. You gave Dunsparce one, fucking the Dunsparce, the dumbass. But like, why not Shuckle, man? Shuckle love in the comments, please. Give me some Shuckle love in the comments, because he needs it. And then Heracross. Heracross is good. I'll give that a B tier. And Mega Heracross, too. But yeah, Shuckle love, please. We need some Shuckle love in the comments. Alright, Gen 2 is done. So, on to Gen 3. Alright, on to Gen 3. So, first up, we have, Wurmple, who I gotta say is kind of the same class as Caterpie in them. So, I'll put that in a solid D tier. Silcoon and Cascoon are kind of the same way as well. Put those both in D tier. They're not bad Pokemon per se, but they don't really stand out that much. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Beautifly, though, I will say I do really like Beautifly a lot. Put that in B tier. Dustox, same kind of thing. I love its little color pattern. I love the wings. I love the eyes. Very cool design. Love the typing as well. So, solid B for me. Surskit, I think Surskit's good. I think it being a water skiing kind of bug is pretty cool. But it's not quite B tier, but I'd probably put it at a C tier. It's like, it's right there. It's like on the edge of that. Masquerain is probably another solid B tier for me. I love the wings because they have like these little eyeballs on them and they look kind of cool. So yeah, B for Masquerain. Anorith, kind of middle of the road, I would say. I would say Anorith's probably right there, and then Armaldo is probably definitely a B. I love Armaldo. It's probably close to an A tier at this point. One of my personal favorite fossil Pokemon, honestly. Nincada. I don't really like Nincada a whole lot, I gotta say. Nothing really stands out to me about him, so put that in the D tier. Ninjask, though, again, similar to Beedrill, I hate bees. I don't like them, but I do love Ninjask a lot, so that's going in a very, very high A tier. I love Ninjask. I love his design. Speed boost can really help you out if you use Ninjask competitively, at least in the old days. Also, Shedinja, honestly, is pretty solid A. The reason why is because he looks cool, first of all, and two, his ability makes it so that only effective moves can hit him, and that's kinda, he can be a pretty reliable teammate if you use him correctly, so there you go. And then, oh man, people might hate me for this one. I like the colors on Volbeat and Illumise, but I gotta say, there's this thing that I like to call looking too humanoid in Pokemon. These guys look too humanoid. They look like humans too much. Like, they legit look like humans in bug suits. And I don't like them. I'm not gonna lie. People might get mad at me for that, but I'm just being honest. I don't like these guys. So, F tier for me. I'm so sorry to everybody who I've been with that, but I'm just being honest. I'm an honest man. I gotta be honest here, so, sorry, I don't like these guys. But, anyway, Gen 3 is done, so on to Gen 4. Alright, so Gen 4, we got Kricketot, kind of just their Pokemon, so, solid D for me. Doesn't really stand out to me, honestly. However, Kricketune, The most iconic cry in the entire Pokemon franchise. You cannot disagree with that. Sorry for stuttering, but, yeah, the mustache is on fleek, the cry is great. Nobody hates Cricketune, I sure as hell don't. Easy S tier. If you hate Cricketune, you're not a human. Easy way to, flush someone out there. Burmy and Wormadam, their forms are alright, but they just do not resonate or vibe with me, so we're putting these bad boys in D tier, honestly. They probably do deserve C tier for some people, maybe even F tier if you're that much of a hater, but for me, they're just D. I'm sorry, they don't really, like, nothing screams, oh, I like these guys when I look at these guys, so, yeah, sorry, solid D. Mothim, however, I think I mentioned this in the flying type tier list, but I consider Mothim to be a big downgrade from Butterfree and Beautifly. Mothim, to me, has really no personality, and I don't find it good at all. So, for me, Mothim might be a bit harsh. I gotta go with F tier. I'm sorry, like, I truly do believe it's F tier. So, just my opinion. It's a worse Butterfly than Butterfree and Beautifly, honestly, so take it as you will. Combee and Vespiquen? I like Combee a lot. I would say Combee is not quite B tier, but he's probably like a C+. And then Vespiquen is definitely a B. Again, another B. I hate Bs, and yet I like Combee and Vespiquen. It's funny to me how I hate bees in real life, but yet when it comes to Pokemon, I love all the bees. It's so weird, but yeah. Alright, Skorupi? I do like Scorpions. I'll give Skorupi a C tier. I do like him. Yanmega's definitely an A. Almost an S. Yanmega is probably my most favorite of the Gen 4, like, evolutions for already existing Pokemon, like my Mortar and Electivire. I love Yanmega. The coloring is great, the cry is great. It could be a very good Pokemon if you use him correctly. I love it. I have not once ever hated Yanmega in my entire life, and I don't plan to ever, so, let me move that up for a sec, there we go. Alright, and then finally we got Bug-type Arceus. I would say probably a B. I think I ranked this the same as, the Flying type, where there's a Flying type Arceus, so I like Arceus a lot. Not quite A tier for me, but, they're all B tier. All of his types are, so we'll keep that as is. But yeah, Gen 4 is done, so on to Gen 5. Alright, so the list might start getting a bit, big here, so I apologize in advance. But anyway, Gen 5, Swaddle, it's not really cute for me. I'm sorry. Same with Swaddle on. Actually, you know what? I'm dropping a hot take right now. Swaddle is D. I hate Swaddloon. I really do hate Swaddloon. I gotta say, I don't like Swaddloon at all. I hate how it's, like, all, like, in this leaf cover and it doesn't want to come out. I don't like it. Weavani, though, definitely is, like, a B. Or, you know what? No, it's, like, a C. Like, a C+. I like Weavani, but his two evolutions are, or his two pre-evos are not great. Venipede I like a lot. That's a solid B for me. Whirlipede, same thing. Scolipede is probably an A. That might be a hot take for some people. I love Scolipede. Like, that design is pretty damn dope. You can't really, like, I mean, you can say I'm wrong if you want to, but I don't agree with you. I think it's a great design. They're all great. So, B for these two, and then A for Scolipede. Dwebble, I like Hermit Crabs. I used to own one when I was a kid. I would say Dwebble's probably a C. I like Dwebble. Crustle's the same thing, kinda. It's almost a B. That giant rock is pretty cool though, but not quite good enough to put it at a B tier, so we'll put him in a C tier. Carablast, I don't like this guy at all. I don't know, something's kinda off about Carablast for me, and I can't put my finger on it. It's just, nah, I don't know. Escavalier, though, I love this guy. I think it's probably not quite A tier for me, but it's, like, right on the line of an A tier. This guy's got a great design. I love him. But yeah, it just misses A tier for me. Not sure why, but yeah. Joltik? I like Joltik. I would say a C. Galvantula is probably a B. I like Galvantula. That's a pretty good Pokemon for some speed-focused teams and competitive Pokemon from what I can recall. Oh god, I hate Shelmet. I do not like Shelmet one bit. That kissy face turns me off so much. I don't like it. Carablast and Shelmet are both trash. Easily trash. Excelgor though, I will say Excelgor is pretty damn cool. That's probably gonna get a solid B for me. Durant, it's not F tier, but it's probably a D. I don't like this guy a whole lot. I don't know. I don't hate ants in real life. I don't. They can be annoying as fuck. This guy, I don't know. Like, I do like the whole, like, robot metal ant thing going on here. But something just kind of turns me off about it. And I can't... Similar to, what's his face? Who was it? Who did we just rank that I said that about? I forgot. But, yeah, I don't know what I don't really like about it. I'm trying to think right now, and I'm like, maybe it's the design overall could be better, but I don't know. I just don't like Durant that much. I can't really explain further, but anyway, Larvesta is definitely a B. I like Larvesta a lot. Volcarona, another S. One of my favorite Gen 5 Pokemon all the way. Volcarona stands. I stand by you. Love this guy to death. Love him. Genesect, I would say he's an A. One of my favorite mythical Pokemon from Gen 5, easily. Love this guy so much. It's a robot bug with a cannon. Like, how can you not love that? That's just instant A at the very least. Alright, Gen 5's done, so on to Gen 6. Dang, I think Bugtype is kind of lacking when it comes to overall number of Pokemon, because we're now at Gen 6, and normally the list would be kind of bigger than this, but it's really not. We can still see the whole entire list here, and yeah, so anyway. Scatterbug, similar to the D tier Pokemon, so yeah, it doesn't really stand out that much. Spupa, I think it just misses F, but it's right there. I don't like Spupa. I don't know. Vivian, okay, they're all the same, but did I rank these in C tier or D tier? I think it was C tier. So yeah, we'll put them all in C tier. They're all the same. Like, their patterns are really cool. I'm not gonna deny that, but in terms of, like, one being above the other, like, a different whatchamacallit, a different, letter grade, it's not good enough for me to put it in a higher tier, so we'll keep that as is. But they're all cool, I will say. I love the patterns. I like Vivian, but I can't see me putting it in B tier just for, like, certain forms. At least that's just my take, but yeah. Alright, is that all of them? Alright, well, that was quick. Like, man, Gen 6, you suck. Alright, anyway, on to Gen 7. Alright, so Gen 7, we got Grubbin up first. I think I hated Grubbin back in the day, but I kind of grown to like it a little bit more. Not a whole lot. I think it's probably still a D tier, but back then it was probably an F. Like, I was not a huge fan of Grubbin, but I can't put it higher than D tier. I just think it's small, it doesn't stand out that much, I don't know, it's kind of just there for me. Charjabug, people hated Charjabug when it first got revealed. I didn't. I gave it a chance, but as the years have gone by, I've kind of realized that Charjabug is kind of similar to Grubbin. Doesn't really stand out that much, so probably another D tier for me. Vikavolt, though. Oh, God, is it A or B? I want to say it's A, for me personally. It's so close. You know what? No, final answer. It's definitely an A tier. I love Vikavolt. I think they did Grubbin and Charjabug dirty, but then you get Vikavolt and it's like, oh, all is forgiven. Man, I love Vikavolt. Such a good design. Cutiefly. It's cute. I'll give it that. I think it's probably just barely a C tier, but nothing higher than that. Rabombi, the same deal. They're cute, but they're like really tiny, and I'm not really a huge fan of like super tiny Pokemon. I want like the big giant like massive intimidating Pokemon, not these little like freaking chode sized bugs flying around. So, sorry guys, but they're still C tier. They're good. Just not great for me. Jupiter. I would say Jupiter's maybe just barely a B. Just barely. I like the whole bubble head designs got going on. The coloring's pretty good. And then Araquanid is for sure an A tier. The first time I saw this guy, I'm like, you know what? He is going to be on my team. And he was. And I did not regret it one bit. His moveset is kind of lackluster in certain areas. But design-wise, he's like top of the chain when it comes to Sun and Moon Pokemon. So, love this guy so much. Wimpod, he's a wimp. He's an F tier for sure. I hate this guy so much. Also, did we just lag right there? Did we lag? Oh, we did lag. Sorry about that. That was some pretty, mean lag. But yeah, Wimpod's a wimp. I don't like him at all. He's a big, giant wimp. He can go die in a fire. Golisopod, though, is definitely a B, I would say. Like, going from Wimpod to Golisopod, design-wise, holy hell, probably the biggest change in Sun and Moon in terms of, like, evolutions. Like, they got a good evolution out of Wimpod, which I'm very surprised at, so Wimpod's an F, but Golisopod's probably a B. Maybe an A in some people's minds, but I think it's a B. Alright, Buzzwole. Oh, I love Buzzwole. One of my favorite Ultra Beasts. Man, he's swole, he's red, he's big, he's intimidating. I love this guy so much. Buzzwole's definitely an A. And then Theramosa, I would say it's a B. It's too skinny for my taste, so, it is cool looking, though, I will say that. And it's bug fighting, so, there you go. But, yeah, Sun and Moon's done, so on to Gen 8. Alright, so Gen 8, we have Blipbug, kind of forgettable for me, so I'll put that in a solid D tier. Dottler, I don't like Dottler, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I don't like this guy. I don't know, he seems kind of off to me. Orbeetle, I do like beetles, and ladybugs, but I don't know, I feel like Orbeetle's kind of off for me. I can't really put my finger on it, but, it's a good Pokemon, but I think it could have been done, or more could have been done for its design that would have really helped it. G-Max Orbeetle, though, is definitely the bomb.com. Love this guy. Probably a B tier for me, honestly. Sizzlipede, aka Fruit Roll-Up guy. That's a D. Nothing, it's, you know what? No, I'm being harsh. I'm putting it in an F tier. Doesn't stand out to me at all. Hate this guy. Centiskorch, I love so much. That's probably gonna be an A tier, honestly. And G-Max, honestly. Like, I will say he is kind of too small. Like, especially his G-Max form is kind of smaller than it should be. But this guy's amazing. I love him. One of the best fire bug types. Not quite like Volcarona, but he's up there. And then Snom and Frosmoth. Ooh. I would say Snom is an F tier. This guy's kind of ugly looking. But Frosmoth, though, is probably getting the B. Like, that is a beautiful butterfly. And it's ice and bug type. Done. Easy. Alright, Kleavor isn't, he's still a Gen 8, but he's not, like, part of Sword and Shield or whatever, but he's still a Gen 8, so we'll count him as Gen 8. Kleavor, I like Kleavor a lot. That's probably a B tier. Not quite A tier, because I do think Scyther's a bit better for my taste, and Scizor especially, but I do like Kleavor a lot. He's, like, he's not in the same class as his other evolutions, but he's almost there. Alright, on to Gen 9. Yeah, this list is kind of small compared to other typings, but, we got 7 more to rank, so here we go. Tarantula, right? That's his name? He's kind of cool. I'll give him a C tier. I do like the little, string body he's got going on. That's kind of cool. Spidops, kind of the same deal. They don't really stand out too much, but they are kind of cool. I'll give him that. Nimble, probably a D. His eyes are kind of cool looking, but he's really tiny, and you guys know I really don't like tiny Pokemon. So yeah, sorry for being a sizist. Lokix is really cool. I'll give that guy a B tier. I think he's kind of the small stature as well, but, oh, I know why I don't like him that much. This guy is so annoying to avoid in Scarlet and Violet in the overworld. Because he moves so quick, but, like, he's a cool Pokemon. I'll give him that. So, he's still a B tier in my opinion. I think some people might rank Rellor like D or F. This guy's getting a B from me. That's a pretty hot take, I think. I like Rellor. I like Dunbeetles. You guys saw how I reacted to the Dunbeetle boss in Sonic Rush, right? I like Dunbeetles. I don't know why, but I do. And Rabska, honestly, no, I was gonna put an A. It's still a B for me, but they're both really good. I like them both. I like Dunbeetles. What can I say? I like shit beetles. I don't like shit though. Don't put words in my mouth. Alright, and then finally we got something moth, right? It's not Iron Moth, right? It's Slitherwing, right? That's the Scarlet Paradox Volcarona. Iron Moth to me is better, but this guy is cool as well. I'll give him a B. I think the majority prefer this guy over Iron Moth, but I prefer the latter. I prefer Iron Moth over Slitherwing, but they're both pretty good. So yeah, there we go. Oh my god, you guys. I want to say right now, this recording took like an hour because I had a lot of lag going on. I had a lot of tech issues that were happening, like stuff was slowing down and crashing and whatnot, so thank god I got this tier list out when I did. I got it out on time. It'll be up on Sunday when you guys are watching this, but there were some tech issues, so hopefully next time that won't happen. But there we go, the final tier list for the bug type Pokemon. So thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments what your tier list would be for the bug types, and I'll see if I either got your agreement or disagreement, and we'll see how that goes. But I will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.